All right, number 5 right here. It says, which of the following linear inequalities matches the graph above? So, what does it mean by the dotted lines?
That means it's not.
Right. And so, do we have any on the selection, before we do a process of elimination, or any of them have equal to? No, so we can't eliminate any of them from there, right? And so now what we need to do is we need to look at it as a line. And looking at it as a line, some of you can take and enter all 4 of those in your calculator and see what it looks like. Or you could take a look at the graph up here, find the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept of this graph?
Y-intercept is -1.
Right here, -1. All right, there's the y-intercept. And so now we need to pick another point, and it looks like we have 2, 1. I'm sorry, 1, 2 right there. And so I look over here once again at my selections. -1 is the y-intercept for all of them, so that doesn't help me, correct?
Correct.
Now, so how did I get from this point to that point? How did I get there? Okay, we went over this way 1. And so that would be this way, +1, correct? And what else we do? I went up, and then if I'm right here, that's going 1, 2, 3, right? Do you agree with that? Now, how is slope identified? Because we know that our b equals -1. Slope is identified how? What's the act of slope?
It's the rate of change.
It is the rate of change, but it's in a certain order. There it is. The only reason that that definition exists for slope is that it is the performing of slope. Because slope's definition is the amount of change in y over the amount of change in x, and some of you go, So you recognize it as the performance as rise over run. And so which of those numbers represents the rise?
3.
+3, right? So which one represents the run? 1. And so that simplifies down to 3, correct? So which of these over here has a slope of 3? Which of these has a slope of 3? Letter C. Why is the 1/3 not the same thing?
Because if it was 1/3, the rise would be 1 and the rise would be...
That is outstanding. That is outstanding. And so the fact of it being inequality doesn't really matter. If this question was going to be made difficult for inequality, then they would have some of these that would have had an equal to. Because the fact that they're less than or greater than doesn't even matter, because you don't know which way it's shading anyway. You need more information for that.